All right, let's jump right in. For decades, what's been one of the biggest missions in retail? Keeping bots out, right? But now, we're literally inviting them in. This complete reversal is creating one of the biggest, most fundamental challenges your business is going to face. So let's break down what this new world of robot shoppers actually means for you and your company. And look, that's not just some scary headline. It's the simple, hard truth of where we are now with autonomous commerce. You see, a single hacked AI agent, that's not just another security ticket for the IT team. No, this is a full-blown enterprise-level crisis. And the scary part? It happens in minutes, not days or hours. The stakes, they've just been raised to a whole new level. So, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get a handle on these new robot shoppers. Then, we'll dig into the machine speed threats they bring with them. After that, we'll lay out a new security playbook. And finally, we'll wrap up with a practical framework specifically for you as a leader to steer your organization through this. Okay, so let's start with this central irony, this paradox we're all facing. The very same technology we've spent years and millions of dollars blocking at the door, it's now becoming a key driver of our business. And let's be crystal clear, this isn't some 5-year forecast. This is happening today, right now, and frankly, it's moving way faster than anyone thought it would. Just look at that number, 18,510%. It's staggering. And what is that? That's the spike in AI shopping traffic that happened in just a few days after OpenAI released a single prototype. What this tells us is that everyone, and I mean everyone, from your best customers to the worst cybercriminals, is jumping on this technology at a mind-blowing speed. And don't think for a second this is just some small-scale experiment. The biggest names in the game are already all in. You've got MasterCard with its Agent Pay, Visa is rolling out AI-ready cards, and your biggest rivals? Yeah, Google, Amazon, and Walmart. They're already deploying these things. The entire foundation of commerce is being rebuilt as we speak for this new autonomous world. So with all this incredible opportunity, you know what comes next, right? A totally new kind of threat. We're not talking about human-scale problems anymore. We're talking about machine-speed attacks. And our old security playbooks? Honestly, they just weren't designed for this. And this slide really gets to the heart of the problem. Think about it. Our security teams have always worked on a human clock, days, maybe weeks to respond to something. But an AI attack? It's over and done in seconds. By the time one of your analysts even gets the alert, the game's already over. The damage is done. The attacks aren't just faster, they're sneakier. Prompt injection is a perfect example of this. You can think of it like a secret message, a hidden command that's buried in something that looks totally harmless, like a product description. But that one little hidden command can hijack your AI agent and make it do things it shouldn't, like ignore all your pricing rules or start spitting out sensitive customer data. And here's the kicker. These brand new threats, they're laser focused on our oldest vulnerability, identity. We already know that almost a third of all breaches come from someone stealing an identity. Well, these AI agents, they represent a brand new and frankly much more powerful kind of identity. And you can bet attackers are already all over it. Let's be really clear about the difference here. If an employee's account gets hacked, that's a problem, a big problem. But if a machine's identity gets stolen, that's a catastrophe. Why? Because these agents have the keys to everything: inventory, pricing, customer databases, and they're plugged in 24/7. When a hacker grabs those machine credentials, they don't just get into one room. They get the keys to the entire kingdom. If you want to put a dollar figure on this, just think about the Coinbase breach. That cost them over $300 million. An automated attack run by one of these compromised AI agents could do that much damage or more in literally the time it takes you to walk down the hall and grab a coffee. That is the kind of financial risk we are talking about here. Okay, so the threat is obviously huge, but, and this is important, it is manageable, which brings us to the solution, a new security playbook. This isn't about being scared. It's about being prepared. It's about having a clear, actionable plan for this new world. And that strategy is built on 4 fundamental pillars. First, we have to harden our APIs, basically lock down all the digital doors these agents use. Second, we need to manage their identities, just like we do for human employees. Third, and this is a big one, we have to use tokenized payments. Never, ever let an AI agent handle a raw credit card number. And fourth, our fraud detection has to get smarter, fast. It needs to learn what normal AI behavior looks like and what doesn't.
Now, the best part of all this, you don't have to build this from scratch. You're not alone. The market is already stepping up with some really powerful solutions. You've got trusted names, Okta, Forder, MasterCard, IBM, all building the exact tools you're going to need. The technology to do this safely, it's already here.
Okay, this brings us to our final and honestly most important section. Because this isn't just a problem for your CISO or your IT department. No way. Securing your business in this new age of autonomous commerce, that is a strategic imperative that lands squarely on your desk as CEO and in the boardroom. So let me ask you, straight up, how ready is your board to have this conversation? I mean, really ready. Do they get it? Do they understand that an AI agent isn't just another piece of software? That it's a completely new kind of entity in your company, one that holds the power to create incredible value or to create catastrophic risk? And this data from Harvard Business Review, this right here shows a really dangerous disconnect. You see, most executives think their security budget is fine, but at the same time, less than half of them think their board actually understands the cyber risks they're facing. That gap between perception and reality, that's exactly the kind of situation that comes right before a massive company-defining failure. Which leads us to what this means for you personally as the leader. First, you've got oversight. That means making sure you're meeting SEC disclosure rules for these new AI risks. Second, there's liability. You have to acknowledge that there could be personal liability here for negligence. And third, strategy. This is the big one. You have to stop treating security as a cost and start treating it as what it is, a major competitive advantage. So, what do you do Monday morning? Here's your 4-step framework. 1. Integrate. Get these AI scenarios into your official enterprise risk registers now. 2. Mandate. Every single AI project needs its own dedicated security budget, no exceptions. 3. Invest. Go out and get the specific security tools built for machine identities and AI behaviors. And 4. Prepare. You need to develop and then constantly test and drill your incident response plans for these new lightning-fast breaches. You know, when you boil it all down, this whole conversation is about one thing, one word that our entire industry is built on: trust. The trust your customers have in your brand now has to cover these AI agents too, the ones working for them and the ones working for you. And protecting that trust, well, that's job number 1. Look, the choice here is pretty stark. The strategies are there, the tools exist. The leaders who step up and really own this challenge are the ones who are going to define the future of commerce. But the ones who delegate this, or delay, or just hope for the best, they're going to become the cautionary tales. And in this new autonomous economy, the line between being a market leader and a cautionary tale has never been thinner.